Hi, Yia Yia.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, just fine.
We've got some little
I have my
people here.
great-grandchildren here, so I'm fine.
Oh, and Lucy's over there somewhere. So I wanted to ask you a few questions. So you were born in Greece, or you were born here?
In San Bernardino. No,
You
in
were-
Highland, actually.
Oh, you're born in Highland. Okay.
Okay.
But your family is from Greece.
Right, my mother and father.
Where are they from? What city are they from?
Well, my mother was from Athens, and my
Cool.
dad was from New Epidaurus.
Huh.
Try to spell that.
How did they meet?
Well, they met, actually, their parents had been friends, and my dad was already in America. He came over when he was just a very young man, and they made arrangements with her uncle, who knew my dad and knew my mother, for them to get married when she came to America. And so she traveled to America with her dad and lived with her uncle and met her, my dad at that time. And they had their courtship, and then they moved to Imperial, California, and got married. I arranged marriage, but
That's
it was
kinda
the
cool.
type of marriage that if she did not want to marry him, she was not obligated.
I see.
But
So she liked him.
yes,
What were their names?
Barbaressus.
Uh-huh.
I think Scott has all of that.
I know, but I just want.
Yeah, Barbaressus. And then when my dad came, he had shortened that to Varvas.
Okay. Do you
And
have
my
any?
mother shortened her maiden name. It was Collins, and she shortened that to Collins.
Okay.
So her maiden name was Collins.
Do you have any memories from your childhood that you
Oh,
can tell me?
sure.
Like just a few?
I can go way back and think when I was still in a high chair.
Wow.
I mean, just what I remember, I guess I was not really good about cleaning my plate or eating my food. And I remember
Who else
my
does
dad, to get me, he had my mother's fur coat, and he'd put on the fur coat and kind of scare me into eating. How do you like that for good child development?
I think we should do that. That's
I
terrible.
just remember that episode when I was that young. And then from then on, I was older after that. That's the things I remembered.
What was it like going to school back then?
It was fine. I had learned how to speak English
Oh,
because
so
I had
you
a
grew up
brother.
not knowing English.
Huh?
You
Yeah.
grew up not knowing English.
Well, my brother was the oldest, and he started kindergarten and didn't even know any English.
Wow.
But he picked it up real fast. And then there was my sister. So by then, the children were speaking English at home somewhat. And so I knew, because of them, and I had friends in the neighborhood I played with. So I did speak English by the time I started kindergarten.
Cool.
But I always spoke Greek at home, so it was kind of hard having both languages. But it was fine. I lived in Vista. We had a farm in Vista, and that's not
You had a
too far
farm?
from my dad had a farm, yeah.
Cool.
First he had a restaurant, and then he had a tomato farm in Vista. And I remember going out to the shed and watching him sort his tomatoes and things. But we would take vacations and go to Oceanside for a few days.
Cool.
And so I do remember the beach, going down there quite often.
What did you do after high school? What college did you go
Okay,
to?
well, I worked for a year at the telephone company
Yes.
in order to help pay my way through college. And then I went away to college at UC Berkeley.
Cool. What was college like back then? Was it expensive there?
It was, pardon?
Was it expensive there?
No.
Like
For the time it was, because
I know.
I think I remember saving enough. I think it was like $45 tuition for one semester. Can you
Wow.
believe it? And I worked and saved enough that I could get through about 3 years, and I would work summers and like when school opened, I would work at the bookstore and do some babysitting. So I was able to put myself through college because it wasn't, for that time, it wasn't proportionate as expensive as it is now.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So how did you meet Grandpa?
I went to work for a general insurance company in the personnel department, and he was working there. It was at Wilshire and La Brea in Los Angeles, and he was an underwriter. Oh yeah, one of my favorite foods is chocolate. I go back to that. I could always chocolate.
I remember growing up, you always had dark chocolate.
Yeah, any kind of chocolate.
I hate dark.
One of my memories at Yia Yia's is she always had the Stater Brothers chocolate milk, and I loved it.
Oh, I remember I used to buy that chocolate milk.
Ask her what her favorite drink is.
What's your favorite drink?
Me?
Yeah.
Chocolate milk.
While we're on the subject.
We were just talking about chocolate.
That which reminded me of something that I like.
What's your favorite
I
ice
don't
cream?
like sodas. I don't drink sodas.
Oh, okay. What is your favorite book of the Bible?
Look, the Bible.
So. Oh. Probably John, I guess.
Okay. That's a good one.
I like the New Testament. I enjoy reading that the most.
Mm-hmm. Where is your favorite place to visit in the whole world?
My house.
At my great-grandchildren's house. That's right.
Aww.
That's hard to say because there's so many places. That some of the places I enjoyed the most, well, Greece was one of my favorite places.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course it was.
Because of family. And also I enjoyed our trips back east to the historical places
Oh, yeah.
for our country. And I was very impressed and enjoyed doing that, traveling to the United States in the eastern part, particularly. And, I enjoyed, England was one of my favorite places, too.
Okay. What was it like being married to Grandpa?
Oh, we got along well together, had the same likes and just, like ideas for travel and things we like to do together. So it was very nice.
Okay.
We were married 61 years
Wow.
before he passed.
What's your favorite show to watch?
I think I like a lot of any of the comedy shows probably. Everything else was kind of... I went through the period of when your mom, we used to watch things like, Dynasty.
Oh,
and
Desperate
and-
Housewives.
Yeah, I outgrew all, those aren't on anymore. Any of the reality ones I don't like. I probably like just the comedy shows, like you said. I was watching reruns of Becker the other night. I enjoyed that. And I always enjoyed Seinfeld.
Did you ever have a crush on any celebrity growing up? In your younger years?
Oh, probably the only ones were movie stars.
Do you remember of
We
anyone?
didn't have anything to do for entertainment, so we would go to the movies on Saturday afternoon.
Uh-huh.
And then my mother loved to go to movies, and my dad had a customer that would stop by his restaurant and give him free passes to all the Warner Brothers movies. Oh. So I would take her to the movie once a week with those free passes. So I had a crush on all the handsome actors that were in the movie that were popular at that time, like Jerome Power, Robert Taylor, Clark Gable. I mean, I loved all of them. I was rather fickle. Whoever was on at the time, I loved.
Finally, if you could give any advice to your grandchildren and great-grandchildren, what would you give? What would your advice be?
Oh, that's That's what I would have to think about. Advice.
Did I put you on the spot?
Yeah, you did, because I really can't think of what would be all encompassing.
You can just say something general.
Just to always be honest and truthful and true to yourself, and love God and be nice to your family and to your friends.